Hello, welcome to Level Up Finance, where we talk about money, mindset on the road to get millions. And on this episode, I like to talk about Blab, the secret sauce, how to get high credit limits. Boom. Those cards in my hand are for two different banks, penfed and Navy Federal. And it's for a reason, because they're both credit unions. Credit unions, in my opinion, are better than big banks. They give you lower interest rates on your credit cards, bigger limits, as long as you have a good relationship with them. You know, with a bank, you're a customer, and with a credit union, you're a member. Those are two big differences. With a customer, you try to take as much money as you can from them. You know, just like if you leave $100 in, say, a Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or Chase, they're going to charge you all these fees, and then your $100 is going to wither into nothing within a year or two. All right. And with the credit union, you can leave $5 in the bank and it's going to stay open. They looking out for you. So first and foremost, if you want to have high credit limits, you should go with the credit union, because you get the highest credit limit faster. I mean, you could get big limits with a Chase, with a Bank of America, with a Wells Fargo. Your credit got to be stellar, and it is going to take some time. I don't know if they're going to give you $20,000 off rip. It will take years probably for you to get $20,000. With the Navy Federal, you could probably get $25,000 off rip, as long as you have great credit. All right, with a penfed, you can get up there too. So with my experience with these credit unions, Navy Federal gave me a $500 limit out the gate when nobody would give me anything, zero, because my credit's still not good. I still don't have great credit, you know. But I was able to get $500, and I turned that $500 credit limit into $1,500. Then 6 months later, I applied for another credit card with them, and then I ended up getting a $7,200 limit. And at the same time, like a day later, I applied for penfed and got $3,500 limit with them. And both of these places are credit unions. With Navy Federal, I just was paying my bill all the time. Every time it was a $500 limit, so I was paying it every week, a couple of times a week, so I could lower the limit. And I was having regular deposits in the bank. I was, I held a couple of $1,000s in a bank just sitting there, you know, so it looked like I'm not a broke boy. So I guess that helped too, because you want to look less of a risk. So I'm making all this money sit in the bank for over 6 months, about 6 months. I'm paying my bills on time, all the time with them. You know, I had a secure loan, but I'm not even going to put that in the equation. But I was using credit products from them. You know, my point. I'm using them on a regular basis. I'm swiping everything with that card. I'm paying it all the time. And what I noticed is that with Navy Federal, if you have a $500 limit and you say you was about to make some big charges, you could put a surplus on your card. Meaning, if you have a $500 credit card, you could put $500 on it, and now it's a $1,000 limit. You know, it's not going to stay like that. It would just be a $1,000 limit for you to, you know, make purchases, but your limit is still $500. So that's one thing I noticed, because I was paying it all the time, man. So regular deposits, paying your bills on time all the time, keep money in the bank, and then 6 months later apply, and then boom, you would get a big boy limit. And my credit is not stellar either. So off the gate, you don't have to get a $500 limit. Maybe you get a $20,000, $10,000, $25,000 limit. And to be a member of Navy Federal, you just gotta have a family member that's a part of Navy Federal, be in the military somehow, or was in the military, know somebody that's in Navy Federal, and you can get in there. With penfed, it's open to everybody. And I applied for penfed, and I applied for the credit card the same day. I didn't wait a week or 2 or 3. With Navy Federal, I was a member, then I waited about a month, and then I applied, because I didn't want to be denied, because I was getting denied so much, and I just didn't want that rejection again. You know, I just didn't want to feel rejected. So with penfed, they just gave me a $3,500 limit out the gate. So I got 15, 35, and 72. So I'm sitting on more than 10 grand worth of credit with those 3 credit cards, you know, unsecured. So, and I got other credit cards, but that's secured and stuff like that. So I'm not even counting that. And this is with a credit union. I wouldn't be able to get this with a big bank. Big banks probably give you $1,500, and then when you will ask for an increase, they probably give you $500, or it will take years unless your credit score and your credit history is stellar. They could trust you off the gate, but like I said, with credit unions, they give you more leeway. You're a member, they look out for you. So that's basically the secret sauce. Use a credit union, Navy Federal, PenFed, and Andrews. Andrews, I don't have them, but those are the top three for me. Reason being is because Navy, PenFed, and Andrews got that money under management. They got the assets, so they actually can lend out more. They could take more risks, than a small credit union that don't really got much. I don't know if they're gonna give you a $25,000 limit because they don't got money like that. Navy Federal got big pockets, so that's the biggest credit union in the country. So if anybody could afford to give big limits out, it's them. All right. So top three: Navy, PenFed, Andrew. All right, so Andrew, anybody can get in there. I'm an actual member. I applied for the credit card. I didn't get it, so I believe your credit history gotta be a little better. And I didn't work on relationship with them either. So right now I'm working on a relationship. So 6 months from now, I'm going to apply and see what happens. PenFed, I didn't need a long relationship, only a 1-day relationship, and then they gave me $3,500. Navy, 6 months relationship, they gave me $72. So that's basically my experience. Credit unions is definitely better than big banks. They're not gonna look out for you as much. So that's the secret sauce. Do it, and I guarantee you will get a big limit. All right, as long as your credit history is good, keep your utilization down, probably 15 or less. Me, at the time that I applied for these cards, it was at 0. Actually, I think I had one limit, and it was 5%. So keep it as low as possible, 15% or lower, just so you look really, really pretty to these banks. You look attractive. If you have 80% utilization, you don't look that pretty. You try to have that thing 15% or lower. All right, so that's the secret sauce, how to get high credit limits. Mess with those credit unions: Navy, PenFed, Andrew. Those just the top three. There's other ones out there. It's your local ones too. They will work with you. All right, so do that and you will get high credit limits. So if you like this video, give one of these, and I'll talk to you on the next one. All right.